One thing that midlife and starting over at 55 has taught me is that strength doesn't always mean pushing harder. Sometimes it's just showing up even though it's hard, especially when things are hard. Hello, I'm Shirley. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, my beautiful soul friends. Today I want to share what inner strength means for me, and maybe it's the same for you too. And this is part of my Midlife Strength Diaries, where we talk not just about muscles and milestones, but we also talk about mindset, emotional strength, and creating the life that we love in the second part of our life. When I started creating these Midlife Strength Diaries series, I did initially think about it in terms of building muscle and strength, but it's made me realize that midlife teaches us inner strength that develops as we experience our life. I found that strength at midlife is no longer about looking good physically, or how much we can run or how much we can lift. It's about having the inner strength that really makes us change from a soul level. Midlife strength often looks like quiet persistence and gentle resilience. It's waking up tired but moving anyway. It's feeling unsure and uncomfortable but showing up regardless. It's choosing self-care that others don't see. It's the small decisions you make and do to value your own body, mind and spirit. Because in this season of life, strength isn't for show, it's for you. It's for your energy, your freedom and your joy. When I started going to the gym, I was surrounded by youngsters, and it did take a lot of inner strength to be able to keep going to the gym and working on myself and not having to think about all these youngsters around me. When I walk into the gym now, I'm not there to look good for others. I'm there so I can look and feel good for me. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I really don't want to go. But the gym is where I can shut out the world and be present just for me. It's my time to get strong, and like in life, not feel guilty for resting in between sets. I'm not there to achieve perfection. I'm there knowing that I've shown up, imperfectly, consistently, and this matters more than perfection ever will. Inner strength is not being scared to look silly when using gym equipment you're not used to. Feeling okay surrounded by younger gym members. And accepting that you're not as lean as you were when you were in your 30s or 40s. Starting over in the gym is a bit like starting over in life, and the fact that I had to start over at 55. Even to this day, there's only a handful of people, of my friends, that know that I had to start over again. So when I first started over, I was quite ashamed to have found myself having to go through what I've done and what I'm doing now. At this stage in life, you think you should have it all sorted and got your life together when you're in your late 40s, or by the time at least when you're in your 50s, that you should have your own home, you should have a stable career, be financially stable. And at 55, having had to start over again, I had none of those, and I'd lost pretty much everything. And this is why I'm house sharing at my age of 57. But the one thing that I've realised with everything that I've gone through since I started over again is that there is no need to be ashamed of starting over again. It takes a lot of inner strength. If you're starting over again in life, whether it's due to a relationship breakdown or you're starting your empty nester years, it isn't weakness. Know that it's one of the bravest things you can do. Unlike our younger years, in midlife we often start quietly. We don't need fanfares or applause. We just need us and a willingness to begin again. Strength is about forgiving yourself for stopping, gently picking yourself up again, and moving forward with compassion, not pressure. You don't need to rush, you just need to keep choosing yourself. What's really important if you're starting over again at 50 or at any age in life, I think, is having some self-trust. And this is one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn during this time, believing in yourself and knowing that this is the time to stop thinking about other people's needs. This is a time for you to think about what is good for you, what's important for you, and doing those things step by step. I started over again in 2023 and it's been just over 2 years, and I can tell you now that I'm a totally different person-ish to how I was in February 2023 when I started living in my first house share. What's really important if you are starting over again is consistency. And even now, when I think I would love to be a few months or years down the line, but I know that I can't do that. It's about trusting yourself and taking life step by step and facing the situations that you may have to face as you start over again. There are times when I think, how am I going to get there? I do have to trust myself to take the steps that life is showing me and not to be too scared. I'm on my own and I just think, you know what, take the risks that life is showing me, and to trust in myself and to trust that life is showing me what is best for me and nobody else. Also, I've come to learn that self-care at midlife isn't about selfishness. It's about really looking after ourselves at this second stage in our life. So whether it's learning how to use a new machine, doing the stretches to make you feel a lot more relaxed and to ease your muscles, or eating a healthy meal after your gym session. This is all about caring for ourselves at midlife and beyond, so that we are able to be independent as we grow into our older years. If you're quietly getting on with rebuilding yourself and your life and doing things no one notices, you're not alone. That takes courage too. Strength doesn't always show up in obvious ways. It shows up in the choices we make day to day. If being kind to yourself is all you could manage today, that counts. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments, what does inner strength look like for you right now? And if this spoke to you, there's more to come and Midlife Strength Diaries.